Today, the DFA daily to the 4th of March 2021, market jitters abound. Hello again, it's Martin North from Digital Finance Analytics. Welcome to this post covering finance and property news with a distinctively Australian flavour. This is going to be a really short post tonight, but I wanted just to walk through some of the key developments in the markets because as I look over the data, it looks to me as though things are beginning to fall apart. Now, of course, things might turn around, but nevertheless, the price movements are significant. The volatility is rising, and whether you look at Bitcoin or silver or gold or stocks or even bonds, things are going a bit haywire. So I thought it was worth just highlighting some of the most significant moves. And I'm going to start with the Australian market. The ASX 100 was down 0.84% today to 5,580. While the ASX 200 fell 0.84% to 6,760. The financial services index was up 1.09% to 6,084, go figure, whilst the real estate trusts were up 0.76% to 1,388. The volatility index locally here in Australia was just down a little, 1.34%, but is still elevated at 16.3. The ASX 200 futures is pretty flat at 6,746. That's the banks. They did well today, with ANZ up 3.01% to 28.39. CBA was up 1.55% to 86.38. NAB was up 2.37% to 26.31. And Westpac was up 1.26% to 24.84. Amongst the regionals, Bank of Queensland was down 0.33% to 8.97. Suncorp was up 0.29% to 10.23. Macquarie Group was down 0.89% to 146.43. AMP was down 2.41% to 1.415. And Genworth was up 0.84% to 239, having announced a recent sell down. McGrath was down 0.81% to 61.5 cents. And Yellow Brick Road was at 9.1 cents. AFG was at 2.67. Mortgage Choice was at 1.15. And Afterpay was down 2.02% to 118.32. There's a new code of conduct announced. It's by the industry, for the industry, but it might crimp a few sales nevertheless. And CIMEC, the building construction company, was down 2.5% to 19.50. The Aussie US dollar ended at 77.75. Now can you see it's drifted lower recent times? While the Euro Aussie dollar was down 0.17% to 1.54. Let's look at the bonds now. The 2-year Aussie bond was down 14.48% to 0.136, which actually is reasonably at the top of its range. And the 3-year, of course, that's the one to watch. That's the one the Reserve Bank keeps wanting to control, is down 11.22% to 0.131. The 10-year Aussie bond is down 0.53% to 1.769. And the gold Aussie cross is down 0.23% to 2,200. Whereas the Bitcoin Aussie cross is down 3.54% to 63,494. Over in the US yesterday, the Dow Jones was down 0.39% to 31,272. The S&P 100 index was down 1.37% to 1,733. And the S&P 500 was down 1.31% to 3,819. The financial services index was up 0.75% to 554.87. While the Nasdaq was down 2.7% to 12,997, and the volatility index was up 2.81% to 2742. Amongst the US banks, Goldman Sachs was up 1.05% to 334.43. Alphabet Google was down 2.57% to 2,011. Amazon was down 2.89% to 3,005. Apple was down 2.45% to 122.06. And Facebook was down 1.39% to 255.41. Boeing was up 2.43% to 228.56. While GE was up 3.54% to 13.44. Intel was down 2.19% to 59.90. And GameStop was up 5.08% to 124.18. Looking at the bonds, the 30-year bond was down 0.11% to 2.249. The 10-year US bond was at 1.47 and is rising again, while the 3-month is up 17.56% to 0.048. And the dollar index was up 0.28% to 91.20. Over in the UK, the FTSE is down 1.33% currently to 6,587. The financial services index in the UK is down 1.55% to 828.28, reacting to yesterday's budget. The Royal Bank of Scotland is down 1.91% to 187.30, while Metro Bank is up 0.31% to 128.55. The pound US dollar rate is down 0.16% to 1.3930. Over in Germany, the DAX is down 0.74% to 13,976, whilst the German 10-year bond was down 4.45% to minus 0.305, and the 30-year German bond was down 4.91% to minus 0.202. Deutsche Bank was down 2.31% to 10.40. And the euro US dollar was down 0.2% to 1.2039. Over in Italy, their 2-year bond was down 6.84% to minus 0.375. And over in Asia, in Japan, the Nikkei was down 2.13% to 28,930. The Shanghai Competence Index was down 2.05% to 3,503. And the US yuan rate was up 0.02% to 6.4691. Looking at commodities, gold is down 0.43% to 1,708. Silver is down 2.02% to 25.85. And copper is down 4.89% to 3.94. Crude oil is down 1.01% to 60.66. And the global stocks 600 is down 0.93% to 409.44. While the Russell's EFT is down 1.21% to 219.32. Looking at the S&P 500 futures, that's down 0.64% to 3,792. The Nasdaq futures is signalling another fall, down 0.74% to 12,589. And among the cryptos, Ethereum is down 3.72% to 1,552. While Bitcoin is down 4.88% to 49,150, below that magic 50,000 US range. So the point I wanted to make was that there's a lot of uncertainty in the market at the moment, and other than some financials in Australia, the markets look under significant pressure. Of course, those bond rates are still under quite a lot of momentum as well, and it'll be interesting to see to what extent the central banks intervene to try and maintain their quantitative easing rates and strategies, or whether the bond rates ultimately run away. For more on that, see our recent posts on the bond market. And let me just say, this is being recorded at 9:30 on the 4th of March. And if the volatility continues over the next few days, I will do nightly updates, because I think we could well be at a significant inflection point in the financial markets. I'm Martin North from Digital Finance Analytics. Many thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.